The government will be announcing its decision on the Northern Gateway pipeline within a matter of hours. It has until tomorrow to approve, reject, or postpone a decision on a new line between Alberta and the BC coast. As Margot McDermott tells us, all three options have the potential to infuriate a lot of Canadians.
No! No!
It's a sign of things to come. First Nations and environmental groups are promising a firestorm of protest and a possible BC plebiscite if Ottawa says yes to Northern Gateway.
So we're organizing in advance to get all of our organizers ready, able and trained and ready to go, and as many people in the database as possible.
The project would bring Alberta oil sands bitumen to Kitimat, BC for export to Asia by tanker. The National Energy Board approved it last year with 209 conditions, ruling the economic benefits outweighed the risks. But opponents warn a spill would devastate BC's coast.
It's virtually a solid.
Green MP Elizabeth May is carrying around a jar of oil sands crude to make that point.
British Columbians will not allow this to be built, full stop.
I'm almost at the point of pleading with this Prime Minister and saying you don't want to bring this fight on. You really don't.
The Prime Minister considers pipelines like Northern Gateway crucial to move Alberta's landlocked oil to new markets. BC MP James Lunny says the economy needs the oil revenue.
They ought to think hard about what it's going to look like if we're not willing to use the resources that we have in our own country and resources that God's given us.
The minister in charge is not saying yet what his government will do.
We've been clear projects will only proceed if they're safe for Canadians and safe for the environment.
This expert in energy policy says a yes from Harper could cast a long shadow on the future of the Conservatives in BC.
So any decision that appears to have the federal government imposing its will against an opposed British Columbia is going to be very costly for the Harper Tories.
The federal decision will be released late tomorrow afternoon, but with 5 separate legal cases already going to court over this project, it's likely the Northern Gateway pipeline will end up in the Supreme Court long before a shovel gets into the ground. Peter?
All right, Margot, thank you. Margot McDermott in Ottawa tonight.